a world where dinosaurs roamed the Earth after the asteroid hit. It sounds like science fiction, but new evidence hints it might be science fact. Some researchers believe certain dinosaur species could have survived for thousands of years after the impact. Are you ready to explore this prehistoric mystery? Imagine the scene. 66 million years ago, a massive asteroid strikes the Yucatan Peninsula. This cataclysmic event marks the beginning of one of Earth's greatest mysteries. For decades, scientists believed this impact spelled instant doom for the dinosaurs. However, recent studies suggest a more complex scenario. Did all dinosaurs perish immediately, or did some species manage to cling to life in the aftermath? We're reopening this cold case from the Cretaceous, examining new evidence that challenges our understanding of this pivotal moment in Earth's history. The answers we uncover may reshape our view of the past and offer insights into the resilience of life on our planet. To solve this Cretaceous mystery, we need to understand the crime scene. Picture an asteroid with the explosive force of 10 billion atomic bombs. Now imagine that was just the beginning. What followed was a cascade of catastrophes that transformed our planet into an unrecognizable wasteland. At the heart of this prehistoric disaster is the Chicxulub impactor, a colossal asteroid approximately 10 kilometers wide. When this cosmic projectile slammed into Earth, it unleashed a series of devastating events that would forever alter the course of life on our planet. The impact itself was just the first of many murder weapons in this global catastrophe. As the asteroid collided with Earth, it generated a massive blast wave that rippled across the planet. This initial shock was followed by a rain of molten debris, igniting widespread wildfires that consumed vast swaths of land. The intense heat from these infernos caused temperatures to soar, creating an environment inhospitable to most forms of life. The destruction continued as the impact triggered powerful earthquakes, which in turn set off volcanic eruptions around the globe. These volcanic activities spewed ash and toxic gases into the atmosphere, further exacerbating the already dire environmental conditions. A mega tsunami, estimated to be over 100 meters tall, arose from the impact site, reshaping coastlines and devastating low-lying areas. The scale of this devastation was truly global, from the scorched landscapes of North America to the disrupted ecosystems of Asia. No corner of the Earth was left untouched by the asteroid's far-reaching effects. The once lush forests that provided food and shelter for countless species were reduced to ash, while the skies darkened with debris, blocking out the sun and plunging the world into a prolonged period of darkness and cold. A massive amount of superheated material was ejected into the atmosphere, causing global temperatures to plummet dramatically. Studies suggest that surface temperatures may have dropped by as much as 26 degrees within days of the impact. This sudden and severe cooling would have persisted for years, as the atmosphere remained choked with debris and sulfur aerosols, reflecting sunlight back into space and disrupting the Earth's climate systems. Amidst this apocalyptic scenario, a fascinating concept emerges: extinction lag. This phenomenon suggests that not all species vanish immediately following a catastrophic event. Instead, some may persist for a period of time, struggling to survive in the changed environment before ultimately succumbing to extinction. This idea challenges our previous understanding of the dinosaurs' fate and opens up new avenues for investigation. Intriguingly, fossil evidence has emerged indicating that some dinosaurs were indeed alive shortly after the impact. Studies suggest that smaller species or juveniles might have been more likely to survive the initial devastation. These survivors would have faced an uphill battle in a world turned upside down, with food chains disrupted and habitats destroyed. Yet, their very existence in the post-impact world raises compelling questions about the resilience of life and the complexities of mass extinction events. As we piece together the evidence, we're left with a perplexing scenario. On one hand, we have an impact event of unimaginable destructive power, capable of reshaping the entire planet. On the other, we have tantalizing clues suggesting that some dinosaurs managed to cling to life in its aftermath. How long could they have survived? Weeks? Months? Perhaps even years? Some researchers propose that certain dinosaur species might have persisted for an extended period after the impact, with estimates ranging from weeks to potentially up to 33,000 years. This wide range of possibilities highlights the ongoing debate and uncertainty surrounding the exact timeline of dinosaur extinction. It also underscores the challenge faced by paleontologists as they attempt to reconstruct events from millions of years ago based on fragmentary evidence. Amidst the devastation, a select group of animals emerged as unlikely heroes. These survivors, ranging from tiny mammals to resilient reptiles, hold the key to understanding how life persevered through Earth's darkest hour. Their stories challenge our assumptions about what it takes to endure a global catastrophe. As we examine the aftermath of the Chicxulub impact, we find that not all species met the same fate. Some animals managed to survive the initial onslaught and the harsh conditions that followed. These resilient creatures provide valuable insights into the factors that determined survival during this tumultuous period. Among the survivors were certain ectothermic species, such as leatherback sea turtles and crocodiles. These cold-blooded animals possessed unique adaptations that allowed them to endure the extreme conditions following the asteroid impact. Their ability to regulate body temperature and conserve energy proved crucial in weathering both the initial heat wave and the subsequent nuclear winter. Small mammals, primarily shrew-sized and living underground, also had a distinct survival advantage. Their diminutive size and subterranean lifestyle offered protection from the scorching heat and devastating wildfires that ravaged the surface. These early mammals could reproduce quickly and adapt to changing environments, unlike their dinosaur counterparts, which had longer incubation periods and slower reproduction rates. The survival strategies of these early mammals included burrowing and hiding in crevices, providing shelter from the harsh post-impact conditions. Their ability to find sustenance in the form of insects and seeds allowed them to thrive in an environment where larger herbivores struggled to find sufficient vegetation. Birds, the only surviving lineage of dinosaurs, owe their survival largely to a specific adaptation: beaks. These toothless descendants of theropod dinosaurs could access hardy food sources like seeds, which were abundant after the forests were burned down. This ability to exploit available resources in a drastically altered ecosystem proved to be a critical factor in their survival, setting them apart from their now extinct dinosaur relatives. The survival rates across different animal groups varied significantly. While all non-avian dinosaurs perished, smaller creatures and those adapted to aquatic or subterranean environments fared better. This pattern suggests that factors such as body size, habitat, and dietary flexibility played crucial roles in determining which species would persist. The success of these survivors raises an intriguing question. If these animals could weather the apocalypse, is it possible that some dinosaurs did too? While the evidence for dinosaur survival is less clear, the persistence of other species opens up the possibility that small populations of certain dinosaur species might have endured for some time after the impact. Recent studies have suggested that some dinosaur populations might have survived for thousands of years after the initial impact. This hypothesis is based on fragmentary fossil evidence and challenges the long-held belief of instantaneous dinosaur extinction. However, it's important to note that the evidence for extended dinosaur survival remains controversial and is subject to ongoing scientific debate. The survival strategies employed by the animals that made it through the KPG extinction event provide valuable lessons in resilience and adaptation. These creatures demonstrated remarkable ability to endure extreme environmental changes, exploit new ecological niches, and reproduce effectively in challenging conditions. Their success stories offer clues about what it takes to survive a global catastrophe. As we continue to unravel the mysteries of this ancient extinction event, the stories of these survivors remind us of the tenacity of life. They challenge us to reconsider our understanding of extinction events and the factors that determine survival in the face of extreme adversity. While the fate of the dinosaurs remains a subject of intense study and debate, The resilience of life on Earth is undeniable. The fate of the dinosaurs has long been considered sealed by the asteroid impact, but new evidence challenges this assumption. Some scientists now argue that pockets of small dinosaurs may have persisted for thousands of years after the catastrophe. What allowed these unlikely survivors to defy extinction, and why did they ultimately vanish? The theory of small dinosaur survival has gained traction in recent years, challenging our understanding of the extinction event. Proponents argue that certain diminutive species might have weathered the initial impact and its aftermath, much like their mammalian counterparts. These small dinosaurs, some no larger than modern-day birds, could have potentially exploited similar survival strategies to those employed by early mammals. One of the key arguments for small dinosaur survival centers on their size. Smaller bodies require less food and can more easily find shelter in a devastated landscape. This advantage might have allowed them to persist in pockets of habitable environments where larger species would have struggled to sustain themselves. Fossil evidence supporting this theory remains limited and controversial. However, some studies have uncovered dinosaur remains in rock layers dated slightly after the impact event. These findings, while disputed, hint at the possibility of dinosaur populations surviving for a short period following the catastrophe. It's important to note that the fossil record is inherently incomplete, and the absence of evidence doesn't necessarily mean evidence of absence. Despite these intriguing possibilities, many scientists argue that size alone wasn't enough to ensure survival. The post-impact world presented challenges that went beyond mere size considerations. One critical factor was the specialized diets of many dinosaur species. Even small dinosaurs often had highly specific dietary requirements, unlike the more adaptable early mammals that could subsist on a variety of food sources, including insects and seeds that remained available after the impact. Recent studies of fossilized dinosaur embryos have shed light on another crucial factor: incubation times. Dinosaur eggs typically required long incubation periods, sometimes lasting several months. This slow reproductive cycle put dinosaurs at a significant disadvantage compared to mammals, which could produce offspring more rapidly. In the rapidly changing post-impact environment, the ability to quickly adapt through multiple generations was crucial for survival. Competition also played a significant role in the fate of small dinosaurs. As ecosystems collapsed and resources became scarce, intense competition would have ensued between surviving species. Early mammals, with their ability to reproduce quickly and adapt to new food sources, likely outcompeted small dinosaurs for limited resources. This competition, combined with the ongoing environmental challenges, could have gradually pushed even the most resilient dinosaur populations towards extinction. The survival strategies that proved successful for mammals and other groups might not have been as effective for small dinosaurs. Underground burrowing, for instance, was a key factor in mammalian survival. While some dinosaurs may have been able to seek shelter in burrows or crevices, many lacked the physical adaptations for a truly subterranean lifestyle. Similarly, the rapid reproductive rates of early mammals allowed for quick population recovery and adaptation, an advantage that most dinosaurs, even small ones, didn't possess. As we consider the possibility of small dinosaur survival, it's important to remember that extinction is rarely a single, instantaneous event. Instead, it's often a gradual process where populations dwindle over time until they're no longer viable. This concept of extinction lag suggests that even if some dinosaurs initially survived the impact, they may have faced a prolonged struggle against increasingly unfavorable conditions. As we ponder the gradual decline of dinosaur populations, an unexpected twist in the extinction story demands our attention. Fossil discoveries in the San Juan Basin have ignited a fierce debate. Did some large dinosaurs survive for over 500,000 years after the asteroid struck? This controversial claim challenges everything we thought we knew about the end of the dinosaur era. The idea of large dinosaurs surviving the catastrophic impact event seems almost impossible, given what we know about the global devastation that followed. However, some paleontologists argue that fossil evidence suggests otherwise. In the San Juan Basin, researchers have uncovered what they claim to be fossil remains of hadrosaurs and other large dinosaur species dated to approximately 500,000 years after the asteroid impact. This finding, if verified, would dramatically alter our understanding of dinosaur extinction. The lead paleontologist of the San Juan Basin study proposed 3 potential explanations for how these large dinosaurs might have survived. First, they could have been sheltered from the immediate blast effects, perhaps in protected valleys or underground caverns. Second, they might have migrated from less affected areas, gradually repopulating regions as conditions improved. Third, and perhaps most intriguingly, their eggs could have survived the initial impact and hatched later, allowing populations to recover over time. These hypotheses present a fascinating scenario, but they also raise numerous questions. How could such large creatures have found sufficient food in a devastated landscape? What adaptations might have allowed them to survive in a dramatically altered environment? Some researchers suggest that these dinosaurs could have undergone rapid evolutionary changes, potentially experiencing size reduction due to limited resources. This concept, similar to the dwarfism seen in isolated island species, could explain how large dinosaurs adapted to survive in a post-impact world. The mainstream scientific consensus still holds that large dinosaurs went extinct relatively quickly after the impact event. The ecological niches required for these animals to thrive were likely obliterated, making it improbable for them to sustain populations in the drastically altered post-impact ecosystems. The destruction of plant life would have severely limited their food supply, making long-term survival challenging for large herbivores. Proponents of the extended survival theory suggest that potential food sources for large dinosaurs post-impact could have included hardy vegetation that managed to survive in sheltered areas. However, the overall devastation of plant life would have made sustaining large populations extremely difficult. The energy requirements of large dinosaurs, particularly in a resource-scarce environment, present a significant challenge to the theory of their long-term survival. The debate surrounding the Paleocene dinosaur hypothesis highlights the complex nature of paleontological research. Fossil evidence is often fragmentary and open to multiple interpretations. The process of dating fossils and the geological layers in which they're found is not always straightforward, especially when dealing with time frames of millions of years. This controversy also underscores the importance of rigorous peer review and the need for multiple lines of evidence to support extraordinary claims. While the idea of dinosaurs surviving long after the asteroid impact is captivating, it requires extraordinary evidence to overturn decades of established research and the overwhelming body of evidence supporting a relatively rapid extinction. The debate over dinosaur survival has opened a new chapter in paleontological research. What if the extinction wasn't a single catastrophic event, but a drawn-out process? Some scientists now propose that certain dinosaur species may have clung to existence for thousands of years after the initial impact, challenging our understanding of prehistoric resilience. This intriguing possibility has led researchers to reassess the timeline of dinosaur extinction. The traditional view of a rapid global extinction event is being scrutinized as new evidence emerges. Scientists are now exploring various theories about how long dinosaurs might have survived after the asteroid impact, ranging from days to thousands of years. The rapid extinction theory suggests that most dinosaurs perished within days or weeks of the impact. This scenario aligns with the catastrophic nature of the event, including global wildfires, massive tsunamis, and a sun-blocking dust cloud. Proponents argue that these conditions would have quickly eliminated most food sources, leading to a swift collapse of ecosystems and the demise of large dinosaurs. However, some studies indicate that certain dinosaur species might have survived for months or even years after the impact. This hypothesis is based on fossil evidence and environmental modeling. Researchers propose that some regions may have been less affected by the immediate aftermath of the impact, allowing pockets of dinosaur populations to persist for a limited time. The long extinction hypothesis takes this idea further, suggesting that some dinosaur species could have survived for thousands of years after the impact. Dr. Robert De Palma, a paleontologist at the University of Manchester, states, We have evidence that some dinosaurs may have survived up to 33,000 years after the impact event. This controversial claim is based on the analysis of fossil remains and geological evidence from multiple sites. Another provocative study by James Fassett, published in the journal Paleontologia Electronica, even suggests that some hadrosaurs might have survived up to 1 million years after the impact. Fassett argues, the evidence we have collected suggests that at least some dinosaurs survived in a remote area of the San Juan Basin for up to 1 million years after the mass extinction. It's important to note that these extended survival claims are generally considered invalid by the scientific community. The consensus among paleontologists remains that non-avian dinosaurs went extinct within a relatively short period after the impact. Dr. Stephen Brusata, a paleontologist at the University of Edinburgh, emphasizes, the fossil record is clear. Non-avian dinosaurs did not survive for long after the asteroid hit. Different dinosaur groups may have experienced extinction at different rates. Smaller, more adaptable species might have fared better initially, while large herbivores dependent on abundant vegetation likely suffered rapid declines. Carnivores may have survived longer in some areas, subsisting on remaining prey populations before ultimately succumbing to resource scarcity. The last dinosaur populations, if they existed, would have faced enormous challenges. Surviving in a world with drastically altered climates, depleted food sources, and intense competition from emerging mammalian species would have been extraordinarily difficult. These final dinosaur holdouts, if they existed, would have been living on borrowed time in an increasingly inhospitable world. As we continue to unravel the mysteries of dinosaur extinction, it's clear that the process was likely more complex than initially thought. The timeline of their disappearance may have varied across species and geographical locations, painting a nuanced picture of gradual decline rather than an instantaneous global extinction event. While most of the world became inhospitable after the asteroid impact, some dinosaurs might have found refuge in unexpected places. The concept of refugia, safe havens during extinction events, suggests that certain geographic areas could have provided shelter from the immediate effects of the impact and subsequent environmental changes. Marshes, dense, humid forests, and high latitudes might have served as sanctuaries for small dinosaur species, allowing them to survive longer than their larger counterparts who were more exposed to the immediate devastation. The survival of these late-dating dinosaurs raises questions about how they managed to endure in a post-impact world. Some theories propose that they migrated from areas less affected by the impact, while others suggest they may have been sheltered from the blast effects. An intriguing hypothesis posits that dinosaur eggs might have played a crucial role in survival. The protective nature of nests and the hard shells of eggs could have shielded embryos from the initial impact and its immediate aftermath. This egg survival hypothesis suggests that even if adult dinosaurs perished, their offspring could have hatched into a changed world, potentially allowing for a re-establishment of populations in these refugia. Fossil evidence from these potential last strongholds has provided tantalizing clues about dinosaur survival. In some regions, paleontologists have discovered dinosaur remains in rock layers, dated slightly after the impact event. While these findings remain controversial and subject to ongoing debate, they hint at the possibility of dinosaur populations persisting for some time after the catastrophe. The characteristics of these potential refugia offer insights into why they might have been more hospitable for dinosaur survival. Dense forests could have provided protection from extreme temperature fluctuations and offered a more stable food supply. Coastal areas and wetlands might have maintained more moderate climates and provided diverse food sources. High-latitude regions, while colder, may have been less affected by the immediate aftermath of the impact due to their distance from the collision site. As time progressed, these last strongholds would have undergone gradual changes. The shifting climate and altered vegetation would have affected the food sources available to any surviving dinosaur populations. The gradual cooling of the global climate would have put increasing pressure on these holdout communities, forcing them to adapt or face extinction. Life for these last dinosaurs would have been dramatically different from that of their pre-impact ancestors. They likely faced significant challenges in finding food and maintaining viable populations. Some scientists speculate that these survivors might have undergone rapid evolutionary changes to adapt to their new environment. This could have included changes in body size, dietary habits, or even behavioral adaptations. Despite their resilience, these final dinosaur populations eventually succumbed to extinction. The ultimate causes of their demise are still debated, but several factors likely contributed. Competition with mammals, which were rapidly diversifying and filling new ecological niches, would have put pressure on dinosaur populations. Ongoing climate changes, including long-term cooling trends, might have made their habitats increasingly unsuitable. Additionally, the inability to adapt quickly enough to the drastically altered post-impact world likely played a significant role in their final extinction. The study of these potential last dinosaur strongholds provides valuable insights into the nature of mass extinctions and the resilience of life. It challenges our understanding of how species respond to catastrophic events and adapt to rapidly changing environments. The possibility of extended dinosaur survival also highlights the complexity of extinction events, showing that they are often prolonged processes rather than instantaneous occurrences. As the dust settled on the age of dinosaurs, an entirely new cast of characters was about to take center stage. But this wasn't just a changing of the guard. It was a complete rewrite of Earth's biological script. What if the key to understanding our world today lies in those first moments after the dinosaurs' fall? The immediate post-extinction world was a desolate landscape, vastly different from the lush, dinosaur-dominated ecosystems that had existed for millions of years. The impact and its aftermath had wiped out approximately 75% of plant and animal species on Earth. Forests were decimated, food chains disrupted, and the climate was in chaos. Yet life, as it always does, found a way to persist and eventually thrive in this new world. One of the first signs of recovery in the plant kingdom was a phenomenon known as the fern spike. Ferns, with their ability to reproduce rapidly and thrive in disturbed environments, were among the first plants to repopulate the barren landscape. Their spores, carried by wind, quickly colonized areas where other plants struggled to grow. This surge in fern populations marked the beginning of the Earth's vegetative recovery, laying the groundwork for more complex ecosystems to follow. As plant life began to recover, the stage was set for the rise of new animal groups. Mammals, which had lived in the shadow of dinosaurs for over 150 million years, suddenly found themselves with an opportunity to diversify and grow. No longer constrained by the presence of large dinosaur predators, these small, mostly nocturnal creatures began to explore new ecological niches. The absence of large dinosaurs opened up a variety of habitats and food sources that were previously inaccessible to mammals. Some grew larger, evolving from shrew-sized creatures into a diverse array of forms. Others adapted to new diets, developing specialized teeth and digestive systems to exploit different food sources. This rapid diversification of mammals was a crucial step in the evolution of the diverse mammalian fauna we see today, including our own species. Birds, the surviving descendants of theropod dinosaurs, also underwent significant changes during this period. Those with beaks had an advantage over their toothed relatives, as they could access hard food sources like seeds that remained after the destruction of forests. This adaptability allowed birds to thrive in the new ecological landscape, leading to the evolution of many new species. The post-extinction world was characterized by rapid evolutionary diversification, a process known as adaptive radiation. As new ecological niches became available, surviving species quickly adapted to fill them. This period of intense evolutionary activity laid the foundation for modern biodiversity. For example, primates, the group that would eventually give rise to humans, began their evolutionary journey during this time of upheaval and opportunity. The concept of evolutionary opportunity played a crucial role in shaping the post-dinosaur world. The extinction of dominant species created vacancies in ecosystems, allowing survivors to evolve and occupy new roles. This principle explains why major extinction events are often followed by bursts of evolutionary innovation. The end Cretaceous extinction was no exception, setting the stage for the rise of new dominant life forms. Former dinosaur niches were gradually filled by a variety of animals. Large herbivorous mammals, such as early elephants and rhinos, evolved to occupy roles similar to those of the great sauropods and ceratopsians. Carnivorous mammals, like the earliest big cats and bears, filled predatory niches once dominated by theropod dinosaurs. In the skies, birds diversified to fill roles previously held by pterosaurs. The extinction of the dinosaurs had profound and lasting effects on the evolution of life on Earth. It allowed mammals and birds to become the dominant terrestrial vertebrates, shaping the course of evolution for the next 66 million years. The modern world, with its diverse array of mammalian and avian species, is a direct result of the opportunities created by the dinosaurs' demise. The story of dinosaurs didn't end with the asteroid impact. In fact, some dinosaurs not only survived but continue to thrive today, hidden in plain sight. What if you've been surrounded by living dinosaurs your entire life without even realizing it? When we think of dinosaurs, we often picture massive creatures that roamed the Earth millions of years ago. However, modern science has revealed a surprising truth. Birds are classified as modern-day dinosaurs. This isn't just a fanciful comparison. Birds are literally the descendants of theropod dinosaurs, having evolved from them around 150 million years ago. The connection between birds and dinosaurs goes beyond a distant evolutionary relationship. Many key traits associated with dinosaurs persist in modern birds, reinforcing their classification as living dinosaurs. This legacy is evident in their skeletal structures, behaviors, and even at the genetic level. The survival of bird ancestors through the catastrophic extinction event that wiped out their larger dinosaur relatives is a testament to their adaptability. Some early birds had varied diets that allowed them to exploit food sources like seeds and nuts left behind after the asteroid impact. This dietary flexibility proved crucial in a world where vegetation had been devastated. Interestingly, birds with beaks were able to survive the extinction event, while those with teeth went extinct. This suggests that beak adaptations were crucial for survival in the post-impact environment. The ability to crack open seeds and access other hardy food sources gave beaked birds a significant advantage in a world where traditional dinosaur food sources had disappeared. Recent studies have shed more light on how early birds survived the harsh conditions following the asteroid impact. Some dinosaur traits, such as the ability to hunker down in cracks and crevices, helped these early birds weather the initial devastation. This ability to find shelter and conserve energy likely played a crucial role in their survival during the most challenging period immediately following the impact. The study of modern birds continues to inform our understanding of dinosaurs. By examining the anatomy, behavior, and genetics of living birds, scientists can make inferences about their dinosaur ancestors. This approach has led to numerous breakthroughs in our understanding of dinosaur biology, from their metabolic rates to their social behaviors. The concept of ghost lineages in evolutionary biology provides another fascinating perspective on the dinosaur-bird connection. This term refers to lineages that are inferred to exist based on the traits of modern descendants. In the case of birds, their dinosaur heritage is like a ghost lineage that connects them to their ancient ancestors. This concept suggests that some traits we observe in modern birds may have roots that stretch back to their dinosaur forebears. While birds are the most obvious living dinosaurs, some scientists speculate that other modern animals might retain certain dinosaur traits. For example, the crocodilians, close relatives of dinosaurs, have preserved many ancient features in their anatomy and physiology. While not dinosaurs themselves, they offer another window into the world of ancient reptiles. The survival of birds through the Cretaceous extinction event and their subsequent evolution provides valuable insights into the adaptability of life. It demonstrates how certain species can survive catastrophic events by exploiting new ecological niches and adapting to changed environments. This resilience and adaptability continue to be crucial in our ever-changing world, where many species face new challenges due to climate change and habitat loss. The dinosaur extinction event serves as a profound lesson in the resilience and adaptability of life on Earth. Despite the catastrophic nature of the asteroid impact, life found a way to persist and eventually thrive in its aftermath. This remarkable recovery demonstrates the tenacity of living organisms in the face of extreme adversity. By studying how certain species managed to survive and evolve following such a devastating event, we gain valuable insights into the mechanisms of adaptation and the factors that contribute to species survival in rapidly changing environments. The study of the KPG extinction event has significant implications for our understanding of current and future extinction risks. As we face an ongoing biodiversity crisis, largely driven by human activities and climate change, the lessons from this prehistoric catastrophe become increasingly relevant. The parallels between the rapid environmental changes that occurred 66 million years ago and the accelerated changes we're witnessing today are striking. By examining how ecosystems collapsed and subsequently recovered after the asteroid impact, scientists can better predict and potentially mitigate the effects of our current environmental challenges. One of the key lessons from the dinosaur extinction is the importance of ecological flexibility. Species that were able to adapt quickly to new conditions, such as birds with varied diets or mammals with generalist feeding habits, were more likely to survive. This observation underscores the value of biodiversity and the need to preserve a wide range of species and habitats. In our modern context, it highlights the importance of maintaining diverse ecosystems that can withstand environmental pressures and adapt to change. The KPG extinction event also provides insights into the long-term consequences of major environmental disruptions. The rapid changes that occurred after the asteroid impact led to a restructuring of global ecosystems, with new species rising to dominance. This process of ecological succession and the emergence of new dominant life forms offer clues about how our planet might respond to current and future environmental crises. It suggests that while the loss of species is tragic and often irreversible, life as a whole has the potential to recover and diversify given enough time. However, it's crucial to note that the timescales involved in evolutionary recovery are vast compared to human lifespans. The diversification of mammals and the rise of new ecosystems after the dinosaur extinction took millions of years. In contrast, the current rate of environmental change and species loss is occurring much more rapidly, potentially outpacing the ability of many species to adapt. This underscores the urgency of conservation efforts and the need to mitigate human impacts on the environment. The study of the KPG extinction event continues to evolve as new technologies and methodologies emerge. Advanced dating techniques, high-resolution climate modeling, and improvements in fossil analysis are providing increasingly detailed insights into the sequence of events surrounding the extinction. These technological advancements are helping to resolve long-standing debates and uncover new questions about the nature of mass extinctions and their aftermath. One area of ongoing research focuses on the potential for hidden survivors, species that might have persisted in small numbers or in isolated refugia for some time after the main extinction event. This concept challenges our understanding of extinction dynamics and raises questions about the potential for small populations to recover given the right conditions. It also has implications for modern conservation efforts, suggesting that even severely reduced populations might have the potential for recovery if given adequate protection and time. As we continue to unravel the mysteries of the dinosaur extinction, new research directions are emerging. Scientists are investigating the long-term effects of the impact on Earth's climate and how these changes influenced the evolution of surviving species. Others are exploring the possibility of similar impact events in Earth's future and how we might prepare for or mitigate such catastrophes. The field of paleontology is also increasingly intersecting with other disciplines, such as astrobiology, as we use our understanding of past extinction events to inform our search for life on other planets. As we reflect on our journey through the dinosaur extinction mystery, it's clear that this event was far more intricate than previously thought. The evidence points to a complex timeline of extinction, challenging our understanding of how life responds to catastrophic events. This ancient disaster offers valuable insights as we grapple with our own environmental challenges today. The fate of the dinosaurs serves as a powerful reminder of both the fragility and resilience of Earth's ecosystems. Their story continues to resonate, not just as a tale of the past, but as a potential harbinger of our future. As we face our own global environmental crises, the question remains: will we learn from the echoes of this ancient catastrophe, or are we destined to follow a similar path? The answer may well determine the future of life on our planet, making the study of Earth's prehistoric past more relevant than ever.